Hi everybody and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. So brace yourself, this week is a biggie. It's about software and apps. This is a huge area. But we've been recently talking about time management, productivity, and obviously software and apps can really help us do that. It can increase our productivity, make us more efficient, but also can have a really positive client impact as well because our systems just become easier to integrate with. So it is a massive area. I'm not going to be able to cover absolutely everything in one video. So over the coming weeks, I will be breaking these areas down and going a little bit more in depth. Today is my highlight reel. So I'm going to be covering all the key bits of software that I think are worth you looking into with a few different options. So covering different types of tasks and functions within your business that you will find useful, and software that I am actually using or have recently used and therefore can speak from experience with regards to it. So let's dive in. So there are some bits of software that have both a impact internally and an impact externally, and accounting software is definitely one of those. From an external point of view, if I'm using accountancy software, my clients get really nice professional looking invoices that are clear, which means it's easy for them to pay, and that's what we want, right? We want nice clear invoices, nice and easy to pay. It's also a great way of credit control. We can automate a lot of that functionality, so it sends chasing emails when we need to, so that's less actions for us to take. We can look at our bills and manage our bills through it, our expenses, receipts, mileage. So we're now getting slicker in terms of entering information. It's all in one place. When we're paying our expenses, it just relates to the expense account. You can do dividends, VAT, payroll, self-assessment, all of the taxes. It's just amazing what you can do with these accounting softwares now. They really are a time saver, but they're also absolutely essential to fully managing your business. The big ones are Xero and QuickBooks. They are the two sort of favourite for small businesses, and a third in line with that is Free Agent, which is actually the software that I use. So all of that functionality that I talked about, I use using Free Agent. I definitely bring that into my business. I use the payroll, I use the dividends, I use the self-assessment, I use the VAT, etc., etc. And it has really sped up my process of managing my money within the business. But also from a client's point of view, everything is just easier, and that's what we want. Now, there is a brilliant accountant in this group that can help advise you on that, and if you're looking to bring an accountant on board, then I can highly recommend Nikki Hageman. She has a vast amount of experience with Xero and QuickBooks, and her team are excellent at helping businesses integrate into those solutions. Okay, so another bit of software that is really useful to small businesses is something around project and task management. However, this is a minefield. There is so many different software options in this category. It is huge. It's a really popular software area of development. I have tried so many. I have trialed so many over the last 2 years and have really struggled to find one that ticks all of my boxes. Maybe I'm just a little bit fussy, but I think as a micro business, we struggle to have software that is specific to us. There's a lot of software that is designed for small business, but when you work on your own, these can become a little bit expensive. So let me just talk you through the ones that I would recommend. So the first one is Asana. Now, Asana is great for task management. It's really good at categorizing your task. It does reoccurring tasks really well. And I think for being able to capture all of those tasks and manage it and make sure you're ticking stuff off when you need to, it's really good at that. It does have some project management functionality as well, but the free version I think is quite limited. However, the pro version I think is a little bit expensive for a micro business. If you've got a team, then maybe not, because you have to, until recently, you had to buy 5 places in Asana. That was the minimum. So that made it quite expensive for a micro business. It was just not worth the upgrade. They have now reduced that down to 3, but I still think they're missing a trick. There needs to be a 1-person pro option, and I think it would make it more affordable. But from a task management point of view, definitely from the free version, that is worth looking at. Monday.com is another great bit of software, really designed for projects and teams. So if you do have a team and you run a lot of internal projects for clients or however you function in your business, then that is definitely one worth checking out. It doesn't have a free version, but it does have a free trial. So definitely worth getting on a trial and seeing if that works for you and your business, if it works the way you need it to. Trello is a board-based system, sometimes referred to as Kanbans. Basically, it's more visual. So you would create your tasks and you can move them around in little boards to different columns. You can colour them in and do all sorts of things. So if you're more visual in your task, then Trello is really good. I do actually use Trello because I really like the board functionality, and there's some things where it works really well. And you can send whole boards that you've created to other people. So if you work with clients or outsourcers, then it's a nice, easy way of sending them information. Time Hero is something that I came across when looking for a more affordable option to Asana. It does a bit of everything. It's got quite a lot of flexibility. It is a little bit cheaper than Asana, but it doesn't have a free version. So again, it does have a free trial though. So if you are looking, then that might be one to add to your maybe list. If you like the whole Gantt chart workflow element, then check out Instagantt and TeamGantt. These are specifically designed in that format. Instagantt is very much just about the Gantt charts. It has a free version and a paid. The paid is about $80 a year, so it's not expensive. TeamGantt will do a bit more. It's a bit more project orientated. So if you're looking for Gantt charts plus some extra, then that might be the one to look at. The one that I want to mention now is one that I'm currently using called Bitrix24. Now, I'd never heard of it before. I literally stumbled across it about 2 or 3 months ago. I can't even tell you how I came across it. I often do some searches for new bits of software. And what I like about Bitrix24 is it does a bit of everything if you want it to. So it does task management, it does project management. I can flick between board view, workflow, Gantt chart, list view without any loss of data, and that's in the free version. The only thing the free version doesn't have with regards to tasks is automated reoccurring tasks. So if I do something every week, unfortunately I have to add that task in every week. I can upgrade and then I can automate that. The upgrade is around $19 a month, up to about $30 depending on which package you want. But Bitrix24 also does other things which I quite like. So I can add my sales pipeline to it. I can add what they call deals, which is little cards of deals, people that you're talking to. So that's your pipeline in effect, and you can manage that and you can assign tasks and activity to them as well. If you want to, it can also do things like sending out proposals and estimates. You can add products into it. It can do newsletters, email campaigns, invoicing. So it does a whole range of things. I've got to be honest, I don't use any of that other functionality. I mainly use the deals, the pipeline, the selling, and then the project and task management stuff. And I have the free version still at the moment. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit all-encompassing and you've had difficulty finding something that ticks those boxes, then maybe check that one out, because it's not one I'd seen before, and it definitely does a wide range of things and is reasonably affordable too. So other bits of software that we might want to have access to is stuff where we can record our notes and thoughts either quickly or on the fly. So two software versions of that is OneNote, which most of us will get free with Microsoft Office, or Evernote. Now, Evernote is the one that I use. Both of these have an app version as well, which means you can do them from your mobile. Most software does. I would always say whatever software you're doing, download the app version as well, because that way you can access the information from wherever you are. And I think that's really important for a small business. So Evernote is the one that I use, and I find it really useful for capturing information. You can create notes and then send them to someone else as well, so have a look at that. If you're wanting to understand your time, or you have to produce time related reports for clients, then a really great bit of software to do that is Toggle or Harvest. Both of that do that. I've used Toggle more often than Harvest, so I'm going to talk about Toggle. So in Toggle, you can press a start button and then you can press a stop button when you're doing certain tasks. And that's a great way of finding out how much time you spend doing certain things in your business. So if you're looking to analyze that, I would use the free version of Toggle and do your time management exercise to understand where your time sucks are, where your productivity hits are. But you can also put information in that's based on work that you're doing for a client, a particular task, or working on a particular project. And you can also put that in retrospectively. So you can put in what you did yesterday. So if you're not great at remembering to press start or stop, then that's probably the best solution. And what it will do is create lovely professional looking reports that you can send to your client or use as part of your billing process. If you want to have an automated online booking system, there are quite a few out there. One that I've recently been using is one called Simply Book It. It's quite a simple interface. It's really easy for a client. It's not overly cluttered. It's very straightforward. They do a free version, and the free version will do basic calendar information. So you upload your calendar of available times, you upload when services are available and what types of service. They can then click on that link or a button that you put on your website or your Facebook page, and they can book themselves directly into your diary, and it will send that information into your Outlook, for example. So it's quite an automated process. That's the free version. You do have to renew the free version every 30 days. It's one of the catches of having the free version, but they do send you a reminder to do that. And I get that reminder on both my text and on my email, so I never forget. You can upgrade to the paid versions, and I have had the paid versions from time to time. One of the biggest benefits of the paid version is that you can add payments. So you can now start to put services on Simply Book It that people actually pay for. So if you do coaching, for example, you can put the free consultations in, but you can also put paid coaching sessions in. So people can book themselves in your diary if that's how you want to work. The paid versions vary from sort of £6 up to about £20, depending on how many extra modules you want to add into it. But I quite like Simply Book It because it's just clean and simple looking, and it is automated. Zoom and Microsoft Teams are definitely saving us time at the moment. We're able to have more meetings, so we're a lot more productive, and we're saving all of that time in terms of traveling. Now, I think it's important that we think about how this is going to integrate and work with our businesses moving forward when we get beyond the way that we're working at the moment and we enter what will be the next new normal for us. So what do we want to carry over? I am a Zoom girl. I have used Microsoft Teams, but mainly as a guest. Zoom is probably my platform of choice. I have the Pro version. It's worth every penny because I use it consistently and constantly in my business. It has been a real it's a time saver for me. It has definitely increased my productivity. So definitely think about how you might want to use that moving forward. One bit of software that I have to have on my highlight reel is Canva. I absolutely love Canva. I use it all the time. It's a great way for a small business to have consistent marketing approach, a consistent look and feel in terms of branding, at a fraction of the price. But what I love about it is I can do stuff on the fly. I can create an image and get it straight on social media. There's no time lag, and it really speeds up that whole process. Once you get your head around how to use it and all the different functions, there are two people in this group that do excellent training on this, Tamara Holland and Marie-Louise O'Neill. I'll put their information in there. So if you're looking to see what you could get out of Canva and how it might benefit you, then have a word with them about their training options. But I think it's an excellent bit of software, an excellent tool, and it means that I can do things as and when I need to, which is obviously saving me time and making me more productive, as well as helping me create a really professional image for my business. Another bit of software that is quite useful if you want to integrate solutions that don't as standard integrate is Zapier, zapier.com. What it is like a little bot that sits between your two systems and makes them talk to each other. So you can say to, say for example, you type something into Asana and you want to send that information to Evernote. So you can say to it, whenever I type this into a certain project, I want you to replicate that information and make it appear in a new project in Evernote. and it will do that automatically. It's brilliant. There are thousands and thousands of connections that are already in the system, and all you do is put your information in and what you want to go where and when and how, and it will automate the whole thing for you. And best thing, it's free. So definitely check that one out. If you're looking to do videos, one of the issues around videos is subtitles. We want to have subtitles, but they can be really time consuming to get right. If you want professional subtitles, you've got to send that away, and it can be 24 to 48 hours before you get those back. So that can really affect the stuff that you want to do on the fly. Or you have to spend a lot of time editing, because I think a lot of them aren't really great at picking up stuff. I use capwin.com. I've found that to be a little bit more accurate than most. So I'm spending less time having to make changes, which is obviously affecting my productivity. It's increasing my productivity. There is a free version, but if you do videos over around 5 minutes or bigger than a certain size, you will have to upgrade to the paid version, but it's not expensive, so it might be worthwhile if you do them quite regularly. I do, so I pay for that. Another bit of software that I want to mention is T4S. Now T4S is wonderful because it is a really cost-effective solution to ClickFunnels. So if you've heard people say to you, you've got to be using ClickFunnels, it's great for your marketing and all of this, ClickFunnels is really expensive and, to be honest, out of the reach of most small businesses or micro businesses. T4S is a lovely cost-effective substitute for that, and I'll be honest, it does more. Simon, who's created T4S, works really hard on constantly enhancing the product and service, really bringing things out on a regular basis. It's always having updates, it's always doing more. I use it a lot. So if I'm running a workshop campaign, I will put the workshop on my website, and when they click the book button, it will take them to the T4S site. And what I can have automated then is that I can take their details, then it will automatically take them to the payment page, which is Stripe. They will then pay, and it will automatically then send them back to my website. So all of that is automated. I don't touch it. It sends me an email to say that someone signed up and paid, and it's all done. It's all automated. It's brilliant. And from a customer's point of view, it's slick. It's easy. Yeah, the process is all there. So I definitely recommend T4S. You can do other things with it. You can actually host courses on it and workshops. There's loads that you can do, and you can obviously use it for your marketing funnels and everything. So definitely have a look at that one. Capsule and HubSpot, two CRM solutions, quite different. So Capsule, I think, from my point of view, is a little bit more basic. If you're looking for a simple CRM solution, then Capsule's the way to go, because it's just easy to use. You enter the information, you enter tasks, and it's simple. You create your pipeline or what they call cases and stuff like that. It's free up to 250 contacts. Beyond that, you have to upgrade to Pro, and that's around $8.99 a month. Also, if you want more than one person to have access to the account, you will have to upgrade to Pro. So Capsule is a really nice basic CRM platform. If you want a CRM solution that does a little bit more, it's got all the bells and whistles, that can also automate some processes in terms of marketing, then you might want to look at HubSpot. HubSpot, I do think, takes you a little while to get your head around. You have to learn how to use HubSpot. If there are any HubSpot experts in the group, please let us know. But definitely worth checking out if you want more from your CRM solution. So those are the two that I would recommend. Stripe and Go Cardless, taking payments. We want it to be simple and nice and easy. Now, years ago I used to use PayPal, but PayPal is clunky. They're not great at giving you your money when they've taken it, and the fees aren't great. Stripe I find really easy to use. It's a lovely customer interface, so it's nice and slick and professional looking from a customer point of view. They pay me my money very regularly. I love the way that it's laid out. When I go into the dashboard, it's easier for me to use. I'm totally on top of everything. I get notified when people have paid. It's just a really simple solution, so I love Stripe. And Go Cardless for reoccurring payments such as direct debit. Again, lovely client interface. It's easy for my clients to sign up to it. Both of these solutions only take a few pence per transaction, so it's definitely worthwhile, the investment, because it's just all automated. Go Cardless payments hit my account. It's recognised by Free Agent that it's Go Cardless. It separates it out if it's in a block for all the invoices that it creates. It's just super easy and it's all at the push of a button. So it saves me so much time. So those are the two that I recommend in terms of payments. And the last area is scheduling. So social media scheduling. Now this can be a real time suck and this can really affect your productivity, because also what happens is if you're posting every day, you're also on those social media platforms and you're getting sucked in, and before you know it, your day's gone and you feel like all you've done is been on social media. So scheduling really does help with that. From a productivity point of view, I cannot stress how important scheduling is. Finding the right scheduling tool isn't always as easy. There's quite a few out there. So the ones that I would recommend are as follows. So I use Facebook Creator Studio, and on that I can schedule to my Facebook pages and my Instagram pages and my IGTV. It's free. It's easy because it's just like doing a Facebook post, so we already know how to use it, so it's quite simple. If you're doing groups, you can still schedule directly in groups, but I think there is a thought process, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sam Cameron is our social media expert, but I think there's probably a view to moving that over into Facebook Creator Studio as well. So I use that for those two. I use Hootsuite for my LinkedIn. Now, Hootsuite is free if you have 3 or less social streams attached to it. If you want to add more social media accounts to it, you'll have to upgrade. It used to be £99 a year, but that is nearly doubled now, so it is a lot more expensive. But if you have 3 or less on it, then obviously it is free. LinkedIn doesn't allow you to schedule videos at the moment, which I think is a real pain. I'm hoping that gets changed soon. And I use TweetDeck for all of my Twitter feeds. Again, it's free and it's just like Twitter. So again, it's really easy to use. It's a platform we're familiar with. If, however, you want everything in one place, because that's easier for you to do that, then I would suggest checking out Samantha Cameron's scheduler. I'll put the information in because you can schedule to all of those platforms from one place. And I think that is it. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. I had all these long lists and bits of information because I didn't want to miss anything. There is a lot there, and this is a huge area. It is an area that can really save you some time, help you be a little bit more productive, help you become more professional in how you do business. But what is time consuming around here is all the testing and the trialing and all of that. So you've got to be sure it's worthwhile your effort. So what I will be doing over the next few weeks is delving into these areas. So we'll talk more about accountancy packages. We'll talk more about the pros and cons of project and task management software. We'll look at different solutions to payments and CRMs. This is my highlight reel. Yeah, these are the key areas that I see in the business that benefit from software, and some of the key bits of software that I would recommend. So I hope that's been useful. I hope the highlights have been beneficial to you, and I'm sure there's some bits of software in there that would be beneficial to you. I would say never be afraid to trial something, but you need to give it the time that it needs to trial it properly. You can't just go in and say, oh, it didn't work very well, if you haven't tried it properly. So do trial things in the right way, make time to trial it properly, but just trial stuff. Don't be afraid to try new stuff and see what it can do for you. You might be surprised at what the benefits are going to be. As I've said, we will look at the other categories moving forward. So if there's a category in particular that you're struggling with at the moment that you would like to have some software advice on, then let me know and I can get that higher on the agenda and we can talk about that sooner. So good luck. Have a play around with some of these, start investigating them, start thinking about how the software you currently have could be enhanced if you used it more effectively and what difference that would make to you in terms of productivity. Thank you.